Good morning, my kings, queens, and trolls of YouTube. This is your girl, Queen C, and I am back with another video. Now, you have to excuse me. I am in the middle of my morning routine. I just decided to sit down and have myself a cup of coffee. If y'all see me drinking out of this mug, y'all know I got shit to do. Okay? This is my tap in and do everything I need to do in 20 minutes cup of coffee. But seriously, I came on here because for two things. So I'm going to do this video and then I'm going to actually do another video. This video that I'm talking about right now, this is kind of like a PSA for like just awareness, because I feel like this is something that people should already know, but if they don't, let me tell you. So, like I said, excuse me, I'm in the middle of my morning routine, workout, splash my face, and you know, all that. So, either way, I was watching the Steve Wilkos show while I was doing my little routine. Usually, I'm a fan of Steve's show. I gotta go see it one day, but live. But either way, it's usually pre-recorded, but I got caught up until yesterday's episode. So I was actually watching yesterday's episode this morning, and let me tell y'all something. That show pissed me off. I was hot. All right, and let me tell you why. So I'm going to just give you a brief backdrop of what happened. So essentially, a young woman called into the Steve Wilkos show, and she wanted to bring her mother and her sister on. The reason she was calling was because her nephew, who's a child, said that her mother's boyfriend, which is the child's step grandfather, was touching him, right? So she said that basically she told her mom. Her mom didn't believe it. So she called the show. So when the show starts, after telling the story from that sister's viewpoint, the other sister comes on and she's sitting with Steve and she's talking to Steve about her relationship with her mother. And basically, she goes on to say that her mother basically was seeing this man and he's like a crackhead and a jailbird, and she basically said that he's been in and out of their lives for years. Now the mother is there, but she's in the back sitting. She ain't come on stage. I don't remember why she didn't come on stage. I don't know if she was too big and couldn't get there. I don't know, but all I know is she was sitting there looking like a fool, typical desperate, no self-esteem, do anything for a man, even sacrifice your own children and grandchildren type of chick. So she's sitting back there with her "woe was me" face on. The daughter is on the stage, and basically she says that before this happened to her son, that this same man actually was touching on her. So she said that when she was like around 8 years old, I believe, that this man basically sat her down and showed her X-rated movie, and but a triple X-rated movie, and basically was telling her that that's what he was going to do to her when she got older. So she went and told her mom, and then her mom came back and was like, "Well, I asked him, and he said that you lying, and I believe him." Okay, so the desperation is real, I see. So either way, this young lady said that he ended up getting locked up again. So she felt like, okay, he's locked up, so at least I'm safe right now. So he's in jail for a while. He gets out. He comes back. At this point, she's a teenager. And essentially, she says that he ends up, you know, touching on her and stuff like that. And she told her mom. Her mom didn't do nothing about it. So she said that basically once she was old enough to leave home, she left home, but she still tried to maintain a relationship with her mother. Okay, it's unfortunate that she did, because I would have never spoken to my mom again, but everybody is different. I understand she's trying to work through her issues. So they do all that talking. The man comes on. He's, "Oh, never, I would not. This my grandson," talking crazy. And the sister also comes out on stage, and she's basically like, "Yeah, I believe that he did that to my nephew. That's why every time I see him, I tag him, Shout out to the sis. Shout out to the sis, because sometimes they need rough justice, but you may hear that from me. so anyway, so anyway, that happens, and then when the mother of the child found out that the child said that this man did that, she went over to the mom's house to confront the man, and the mom called the cops on her daughter. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Shout out to the most trifling grandmom in the world. You call the cops on your daughter because she's coming to defend her child because your man that's supposed to be papa done touched the little boy. Anyway, that opens up a whole CPS investigation, and they're in the middle of doing that, but they wanted to come to the show to prove it to the mom. So they prove it. The man fails a lie detector test from the little boy and for touching on the mom. Momo, sorry. I don't know what you can say on YouTube now, which you'll get flagged for, whatever. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I'm just gonna say Momo. So anyway, everybody's going crazy. I knew you did it. You touched my son. Da, 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 da. Once they settle down, the daughter says to the mom, see, this is your fault. If you hadn't have let him do this to me and you had protected me and stopped this, he would have never been able to do it to my son and blah, blah, blah. And though I feel for the young lady for what happened to her, I gotta pause. Pause, okay? Sweetheart, that's your baby. So this is the PSA in case y'all don't know and y'all need to hear it. Sometimes being momoed can become a cycle of dysfunction and a generational curse. It'll happen to your mom, it'll happen to you, it'll happen to your children. And so what you have to do is you have to find the strength to be the chain breaker. If you are not safe in your mother's home around the men that she chooses, you have to, once you start making babies and you're grown, you got to put your big girl panties on and say, you know what, if I wasn't safe, my child's not safe. Why, if you know the home is not safe, would you allow your child to then be in that home? You got to take accountability for that. Because I'm going to tell you, when your child gets grown, who do you think they're going to blame for what happened to them? You think they're going to blame grandma when you, mom, knew that grandma was weak over me and that she let a man do that to you? You think they're just going to blame grandma? They might sympathize for what you went through, but ultimately they're going to be looking at you. You got to break that cycle. It ain't up for somebody else to do it. That's something you have to do. Sometimes all a child has is mom, right? Sometimes all a child has is mom. Now, listen, you know, I'm married. I have a wonderful husband. Standupmanbomb.com. But when it comes to my children, I'm sorry, plural. When it comes to my children, I don't play, and I don't care whose feelings get hurt. My children are grown now, but if you were to ask them, they will tell you, my mama don't play. My mom will hurt families' feelings, adults' feelings. My mom stayed at the school when somebody was messing with me. Absolutely not. You will not mess with my children. I've gone through too much as a child to allow anybody to mistreat my children. I've had family members get mad at me. I've had people talk about me. I've had people try to destroy my marriage, all types of stuff over me standing 10 toes down on protecting my children. That's the kind of mom you got to be in today's world. You can't put nothing that you want over the safety and well-being of your children. You want to go out and you feel, oh, my mom can babysit. Not if your mom didn't protect you. Not if your mom abused you. Not if your mom allows a predator to come in and out of her house. And then mom's house is not safe. People that allow the family predators to come to Thanksgiving dinner and all that kind of stuff, your children ain't safe there. They're not safe there. And at some point, we have to take a stand and just say, F them adults' feelings and protect our children. So now this young woman, though she's trying to put everything on her mom, she's going to have a rude awakening when her child is grown, because her child is not going to let her slide for her part in allowing them to go over to grandmom's house to be touched on by this man, because she already knew. When you know, You can't claim ignorance is bliss. When you know better, you got to do better. And that's my PSA announcement. If y'all don't know, if it wasn't safe for y'all, it's not safe for your babies. Till next time, peace, y'all.